The little boy who put the world back together. There was a man who had a little boy that he loved very much. Every day after work, the man would come home and play with the little boy. He would always spend all of his extra time playing with the little boy. One night, while the man was at work, he realized that he had extra work to do for the evening and that he would not be able to play with the little boy. But he wanted to be able to give the boy something to keep him busy. So, looking around the office, he saw a magazine with a large map of the world on the cover. He got an idea. He removed the map and then patiently tore it up into small pieces. Then he put all the pieces in his coat pocket. When he got home, the little boy came running to him and was ready to play. The man explained that he had extra work to do and could not play just now, but he led the little boy into the dining room and taking out all the pieces of the map, he spread them on the table together with some scotch tape. He explained that it was a map of the world and that by the time he could put it back together, his extra work would be finished and they could both play. Surely this would keep the child busy for hours, he thought. About half an hour later, the boy came to the man and said, "Okay, it is finished. Can we play now?" The man was surprised, saying, "That is impossible. Let us go and see." And sure enough, there was the picture of the world, all put together, every piece in its place. The man said, "That is amazing. How did you do that?" The boy said, "It was simple. On the back of the page was a picture of a man. When I put the man together, the whole world fell into place." There is hidden moral in this story. We teachers have to focus for the present times. Jai Hind. How we can contribute in our own little way. This is from Swami Vivekananda's narration of Ramayana. Lecture delivered at the Shakespeare Club, California, 31st January 1900. The army of monkeys started to build the bridge, somewhat similar to our work in Sri Sathya Sai, our Swami's mission to unite the world. The monkeys removed whole hills, placed them in the sea, and covered them with stones and trees, thus making a huge embankment. A little squirrel, so it is said, was there, rolling himself in the sand and running backwards and forwards onto the bridge and shaking himself. Thus, in the small way, he has working for the bridge of Rama by putting in sand. The monkeys laughed, but they were bringing whole mountains, whole forests, huge loads of sand for the bridge. So they laughed at the little squirrel rolling in the sand and then shaking himself. But Rama saw it and remarked, "Blessed be the little squirrel. He is doing his work to the best of his ability, and he is therefore quite as great as the greatest of you." Then he gently stroked the squirrel on the back, and the marks of Rama's fingers running lengthways are seen on the squirrel's back to this day. Swami Vivekananda then added, "I simply want to be like the squirrel in the building of Rama's bridge, who was quite content to put on the bridge his little quota of sand dust. That is my position too." Jai Hind. Here is a story from the nature that reminds us that for everything there is a time decided by God that we have to understand. Once upon a time, a man found a butterfly that was starting to hatch from its cocoon. He sat down and watched the butterfly for hours as it struggled to force itself through a tiny hole. Then it suddenly stopped making progress and looked like it was stuck. Therefore, the man decided to help the butterfly out. He took a pair of scissors and cut off the remaining bit of the cocoon. The butterfly then emerged easily, although it had a swollen body and small shriveled wings. The man thought nothing of it, and he sat there waiting for the wings to enlarge to support the butterfly. However, that never happened. The butterfly spent the rest of its life unable to fly, crawling around with small wings and a swollen body. Despite the man's kind heart, he did not understand that the restricting cocoon and the struggle needed by the butterfly to get itself through the small hole were God's way of forcing fluid from the body of the butterfly into its wings to prepare itself for flying once it was free. There is big lesson to learn related to language needs of the child and its implementation for today's world. Jai Hind.